Hello, hello. Ah, there we go. We're working. Okay, so I think you can hear me now. Sorry, I was running I didn't have it in my calendar. I'm so time blocked, so I didn't have it in my calendar. So if you guys have got questions, I'm here to help you out and support you. Sorry, I'm running like 10 minutes late, and I believe here's where I think I should be 10 minutes late. But obviously, like if I'm not, I'm sorry. So maybe I'll come on early. So drop me a message down below if you are here. Obviously, I'm going to be, helping you out and supporting you within your business. So if you've got questions, sorry for running late. Everyone is there. Like, I'm like, last minute. So I literally, I'll give you a quick little bit of an update of where I'm at. I've just had an interview with a guy who does $1 million a month in books in the US. $1 million a month in books. You know, the big like Gaylord sees the big pallets of books. Very, very interesting. Learned a lot from him. Obviously, I'll get that YouTube interview live. That's going to be very interesting. I learned a lot from him as well. Mindset, motivation. We talked a lot about Alex Hormozy, David Goggins. In addition to that, by the way, do drop your questions down below. Facebook user says hi. Hey, Facebook user, good to see you. The review guy. Hey, the review guy. How are you getting on? Hi, Thomas. Sorry for running late. We've got one on Facebook, which is good, and one on thing. I am running like 10 minutes late, so I don't even know if it'll let me go live. But if you guys have got questions, please, please, please drop them down below. Obviously, I want to help you guys out and appreciate a lot of people who have questions, so I can kind of answer them. So interviewed a guy doing $1 million a month on books. Absolutely love that. Also, as well, and then what else did we do? I was having a conversation with another guy who talked about how he was going to do more money last month than Q1 and 2Q combined, and he's only just got it started. And you might be like, yeah, it's fine. Last month he's going to do 50K. It's like it's a lot of cash, and I'll kind of share some like what I learned with that as well. I just uploaded it in the Fast Track FBA Facebook group, so watch that. That'll help as well, guys. If you've got questions, sorry for running late. Do drop them down below. I will help you out. So the review guy. Hey, the review guy, good to see you. What's the target weekly spend for a VA in the UK marketplace with a 30% ROI? Great question. 1 second. So there's a couple of variables. Look, in the Fast Track FBA VA Academy, we generally talk about month one. We generally do deals per day that you can buy, 2 to 5 deals per day that you can buy. Month 2 is 5 to 8 deals per day that you can buy. And month 3 is we move from deals to spend, which is £1,333. If I kind of put it in dollars, which makes it a little bit easier, but you can kind of convert per week. VA month 1, $500 spend per week. Month 2, $1,000 per week spend. Month 3, 1,500. Now, I say this is kind of like you need to be careful because number one, if you're in the UK, if you're VAT registered or not VAT registered will impact that. If you're VAT registered, it would impact more. Generally, we also as well, we talk about 30% ROI, £3 profit, which would probably be excluding prep fees. So depending on your prep fees, if some of you are doing like a £1 prep fee, that's going to have an impact. Also as well, you should be like willing to buy deeper, if that makes sense. Like, if you're buying 3s and 4s, it's not really going to work. You've got to be buying like 10s. A couple of top tips for you, like the VA Academy, just help your VA and tell them which stores to stay away from. Like, don't buy from this store or don't buy from that store, because Boots, for example, in the UK, it's just not going to be worth it because they're going to keep cancelling your orders. So in the VA Academy, that's what we talk about. The review guy, let me know if that answers your question down below. Obviously, I will help you, kind of do it. And obviously, if you're part of the VA Academy, speak to my team will help you out and really guide you as well. So we have lots of stuff, and also as well, I'm just uploading it as we speak right now, and I'll post it after this live to share with you, if you're in the VA Academy, the exact 11-step process that we've been going through to focus our VAs on getting better results. So do look at that. I think that'll help you out as well. Let's go and jump through to review guy. Let me know if that answers your question down below. Give me like a hey Tom, yeah, fully answered, or no, like follow-up question. Carlos, hey Carlos, do you do seasonal products? I know last time you were focused on items that sell all year round. Yeah, we still focus on all year round. And the reason why is because I'm looking for incremental change, and incremental change means knowledge in certain domains and focusing on improving sourcing techniques. So I'm not so interested in seasonal. Like, we may do some of it, but I will kind of mainly focus on just the general products that we're always doing. That's going to be the most important point. And the reason is because too many times have I been boom and bust. I want to be more stable. And if we kind of just know we've got products, and also as well, if you find a product and you want to buy deep, buy deep. That's the important point. Like I think that's a really important metric to consider. So buy deep. That's going to help you out. So yeah, I hope that makes sense. Buy deep. Yeah, buy deep. So again, we go for more kind of long, like more reoccurring, and it might not be that you can replenish them, but it will be a consideration that we'll go for. And again, put it this way. Managing 2 companies now is enough work as it is, let alone trying to get one of those companies to try and look at seasonal. I think my metric of success, if you're going to look at seasonal, is really how much time you've got to develop with you or your team in doing the sourcing to get it. If you are struggling for time, going seasonal is not going to be a good answer, because you're going to have to, number one, invest time to get the seasonal right. You're going to have to make all the mistakes that you make. And then number 2 is the fact that once the season's over, you've then got to like come back and focus on, you know, delivering or like doing that, should we say, and then like adapting to the next seasonal product, which I just like, I don't want to do. I just want to focus my time on one thing, do it really, really well. Businesses get rich by doing one thing consistently well and eking out efficiencies, and because they can deliver the product to the customer at a more efficient price. And I think that's what we should be doing. I don't think we should be going after the next hot trend. Why? Because if you look at Alex Hormozy talks about it, it's kind of like the 4 cycles. It's like the uninformed optimism. You know, everyone's like, "Wait, Amazon's going to make you rich." Then it's the what's it called? Uninformed optimism, informed optimism, or like it's like informed optimism. Oh no, uninformed pessimism, uninformed optimism, informed pessimism, and then success, which is informed optimism. So, and like what everyone does is they kind of get to the informed pessimism. So like, oh my God, Amazon's harder than everyone makes you think it is on the thing. And then what do? The next shiny object, which I think you're kind of probably doing with products. Whereas if you're like, this niche is hard, but I'm still going to keep focusing on it. And the net result is that you'll develop. So I hope that makes sense. Carlos, let me know if that answers your questions. Does tactical arbitrage work in the UK? Yeah, as far as I'm aware. Does anyone know if it doesn't? I think it does. There's lots of other ones. If you're looking for other sourcing software, I'll try and give you some ideas. Let me just have a look. Tactical arbitrage. It's got to be. I think it does do the UK as well. Sites. I think if you look at their list of sites, yeah, they have 267 sites. So you can do like France and Canada. So a couple of other options, Ravi, if you're thinking. Arbitrage Hero. Guys, drop down below if you know any other alternatives to tactical arbitrage. Arbitrage Hero. Source Mogul is another one. There's some other ones that have come out. Like, just do arbitrage. Tactical, isn't it? Tactical arbitrage. And then you like, oh my God, tactical arbitrage alternatives. Oh, my computer's not even like alternative. Yeah, there'd be lots of them. RB Source. Yeah, Reese Day, drop that down. Reese, absolutely love you. Thank you so much. There's quite a lot of them. There's actually quite a lot of things. The other one that you might want to consider is, it depends what you like. So if I kind of give you, say, Source Mogul, yeah, no, don't really know them. Easy Source, no, like there's a lot of rubbish ones. FBA Wizard, does that even still exist? My God, I think it does, but like, is it? I've never seen it updated. There's a lot of them. I'm just doing a quick Google. Like, there's quite a lot of them. I think. Okay, so I think my advice for you is if you are looking at like tactical arbitrage, if you just source tactical arbitrage, it's not going to work. If you use tactical arbitrage to help you find products or categories or suppliers which you like, and then you go and do some manual sourcing, reverse sourcing, newsletter, that's going to help you out. But do not use tactical arbitrage to be your only source of leads. I promise you it's going to fail. And what you might even do, a lot of people do this as well, is they even like, what do you call it? They'll go to like leads lists as well. We provide a leads list, and oh look, I'm going to say this now. Our leads lists are good. I quite like them. I think they're good. But you're not going to be able to run a 100% profitable business off it. And the nature is the fact that she's a super successful business. And you shouldn't. You should use them as a starting point to understand where you should go, and then you should continue to develop that. It's like to build your business, you've got to be. If you want to run good money, you've got to be like finding your edge. And if someone else is giving you the edge, it's not going to be good enough. So I hope that makes sense. Ravi, let me know if that answers down below. And Reese, top man, thank you very much. Carlos, where will you be dropping the 11 steps? I'll probably drop into the MBA workbook, which is a VA Academy workbook, so it's all for our VA Academy members. I'll also drop it into the Seller Academy. And if you want to know if you are part of the Seller Academy, so that's like the systems we build for, like, you know, when you've got multiple teams, I will also be doing a lot more in depth. So I'm going to be doing like literally how-to guide, step by step, everything that we're doing that's going to help people out to really speed up the efficiency. So numbers, metrics, how we're talking about it, it's going to help out. So Carlos, let me know if that helps. Obviously, if you've got a VA from us, you're going to get access to that. Like, give me like 20 minutes after it's live, I'll do it. So that's fine. Ravi says a thumbs up. Reese has come in, so thank you very much. Elliot, Ravi, hey Tom, might be a bit off topic, but trying to get on top of my returns, tax returns, or like returns from customers or returns to suppliers and products. Going through the reports, lots of products saying return not expected for the customer. Who covers it then? Okay, so interesting, good point. Man needs water. So two things. Number one, there's a lot of products that you might buy. I'm going to have a quick look. Someone mentioned this earlier on. I don't know if it was yourself. Amazon, there are certain products that you buy that you don't need to return if you want to refund them. So I think like toothpaste is one of them, for example. I'm just going to have a quick look. Okay, this one. So it's kind of like if you ever have, one second, return. Eligible for refund or, here we go. 1 second. Yeah, okay, fine. So I'll kind of do a quick screen share, but I think this is, oh my God. I'll do a quick screen share. So I think this is really, really important for when you do your sourcing. Let me just close all the other tabs. You're not even going on one that's actually important. Screen share, let me do this. This is going to be really important for you. Screen share. Let's go here. Right. Where's my screen? Oh, it's there. Cool. Add to scene. Hey, let's kind of do this. So just moving it. There you go. Hopefully you can see. I am going to zoom in. Don't worry. I'm just trying to solve my life. So voila, we found some wonderful stuff. I'll go back. Voila, here. Cool. So when you come over, hopefully you can see. If you notice down here, it says returns eligible for refund or replacement. And when I hover over that, you can see here it says, just down here, this item is non-returnable. But if the item arrives damaged or defective, you may request a refund or a replacement. So when you're doing your sourcing, what you want to be looking at is making sure that, you know, when you buy your stuff, you understand that if I'm buying this product here, and the customer doesn't want it, they're not going to have to pay. So you're not getting the product back. Like, you got to factor that in. So it might be the case that when you do your deal analysis, what you're doing is you're saying, like, we do 30% normally, but if it's a non-returnable item, I need it to be 35 because I'm not going to get the money back. But again, you can probably do the calculations. Like, you know, if you're doing sneakers, you're getting a 20% return rate. If you're doing less than that, you should probably get about a 5% return rate. A 5%, you can probably do it like if I ordered 100 items and I had a 5% return rate, and normally I would get the value or like those items back. I would probably say if you did 100 items and you had a 5% return rate, 2.5% of them would be, I'm just going to turn that off, remove the scene. You sure you want to remove this alert? Yeah. Cool. So like if I had 100 items and 2.5, I had a 5% return rate, we always say about 50% of the returns are damaged. We can't resell them. So that really means that 2.5% of the items are damaged. So you probably just want to add on like a 2.5% extra to your cost, and that might cover it. So Elliot, I hope that kind of makes sense. And there is like, you cover it as the seller. That's the important point. So when you buy these products and you sell them, Amazon doesn't ask the customer to return them because it doesn't need to. That's your job. Does that make sense, Elliot? Let me know down below if that is helpful. Are we, by the way, if I am live, aren't I? I'm live on YouTube and I'm live on, cool, I'm live on Facebook. Elliot, let me know if that helps you. Let's kind of go through. Ravi said thanks. Hey, Ravi, no problem, cool. Parbiz, I'm not sure if I'm saying that right. Parbiz Singh, Parbiz, no, I can't do it, sorry. Drink water, people, stay safe. You need to be hydrating in the Amazon game. Hey Tom, what categories should I be focusing on for Q4? Can you give me any tips and advice to find the right products to sell during Q4? Long story short, Obviously, anything which might be giftable is going to be like a good category. Toys and games is a classic one. Beauty. You can even do Christmas-specific categories like gifts, for examples. Advent calendars. I've made some really good money flipping advent calendars before. If you want the top tip, what you're really looking for is to buy some of the products right now and ship them in so you can see the sales data. Once you get the sales data, it's been, it's useful, and then you know what to buy. Now, if I kind of give you some key metrics and considerations, what you want to be thinking about. Number one, if a product's been selling like 10 units per month, 50 units per month, whatever, and it's like giftable, then generally you're going to see it may go up to 10 times the number of sales over Q4. And what do I mean by Q4? We've got to be very, very careful here. 1st of October is technically Q4, but it's not a good, it's not going to go up. It's going to start increasing. So like this is Q4. This is like December 25th. And then this is like November the 25th, for example. That last month before Christmas, like 22nd back, is going to start really picking up. But you will start to see an increase, but it won't go like crazy. It's not like Q4, massive sales, massive sales. It's like picks up, whoa, to the moon, then really slows down. Amazon doesn't close, but it will go busy. So toys and games, beauty, they're classic ones. You might want it, toys and games are a bit of a nightmare, especially in the UK if you're doing that, because you have declaration of conformities, which are really annoying. Beauty could be another option. Again, anything giftable. Would you give this as a gift? If it's like toilet bleach, the answer is no. But if it's selling 50 per month now, you'll probably find 500 later on. Read the keeper chart. Look at the new sales rank. You're going to see that going up and up and up, or down, 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 down. The closer it goes down over Christmas and then back up again in January, that's going to be a great Christmas product. Start finding more of them. It's going to be so, so helpful. Yeah, that would probably what I'd say. So, but again, I just kind of I wouldn't go 100% Christmas advent calendars, because you want to build up the knowledge of what's working and what's not. But what I would recommend is the fact that what do you say it? Yeah, you would build up the knowledge, but what I would say is that you think about doing some advent calendars, very Christmas specific stuff, but then you also try and buy some other things which might be sellable in January, February, March, so you can continue to buy and resell them. I hope that makes sense. That's really good. Let me jump through the rest of the questions. Guys, one thing I will say, if you are interested, if you do enjoy these lives, by the way, if you quite like them, right now you can actually get 4 calls a week with me live in a group chat. Not like this, but you get to one-to-one call. I do them every Thursday, and you get 2 calls as well with my team, again in the group chat setting, in the Fast Track FBA Top Seller Academy, and it's just $47 per month. So if you're interested and you want to maybe have a bit more quality time with me, asking me some questions, learning more about what we're doing in a more, should we say, closed environment, then obviously do look at the Fast Track FBA Top Seller Program. That's fasttrackfba.com/top. It's a top seller program, just $47 a month, and you'll get 4 weekly calls with me as part of that, the group sessions that we offer there. So just share that, because some people are like, hey, Tom, how can I do coaching? By the way, if you want one-to-one coaching with me, $600. Yeah, $600 in 1 hour. So I think the Top Seller Program is an amazing value for that. So let's kind of go through. Ravi says, top 5 RA sourcing tips, please. I'm struggling. The prices are so low. They can't all be doing wholesale. So RA is retail arbitrage, which is in store. Or are you talking about OA? You said RO. Oh, okay, fine. I'm guessing you mean OA. Because if you're talking about doing wholesale. So, by the way, a lot of wholesalers are actually more expensive than Amazon. So don't even think that either. Okay, look. I will share this to you because I think it's an important point, but if you're just doing right mouse click on the supplier, it's not going to work, because right mouse click on an Amazon product, find the supplier, it's not going to work. Why? Because everyone else can do that. You've got to put discount codes in, newsletters, find the products in. If you want me to give you sourcing tips, what can I recommend? 1, focus on the category. 2, sign up to the newsletter. Number 1, find the focus on the category. Toys and games, for example. Number 2, find the suppliers which have all the best pricing. They might always be in stock, but they have the best pricing. And the idea is you're going to keep checking them, because you're going to get them while they're in stock. Number 3 is the fact that you're going to try and layer that on with newsletters, coupon codes, for example. These are going to be really important, both of them. Number 4, know your cashback, and number 5, add in a credit card. If you're doing UK, for example, which I think it sounds like you probably are, use something we use when we did do it, it was Amex, We'd also use like top cashback. That's pretty good. Complete savings will save you 10%. If you're just getting started and struggling, complete savings, you can do like 10% cashback. And then on top of that, we use like airtime rewards. And actually we had a capital on tap with airtime rewards. So we probably make about, don't quote me, maybe between like 12 and 15% cash back, which is incredible. And then if you're buying a 20% ROI item, all of a sudden you're now making 35%. You're like, wow, that's actually quite game changing. So really, really important. Not only that, you can use other like, I've forgotten the name of the card. There is a card which you can use to pay off your capital on tap and make another 0.5% on top of that. So it adds up. And obviously capital on tap give you another, the 1% cash back. So again, you've got to focus, and you can't just rely on right mouse click or storefront stalking, because if you can find it easily, guess what that means? Everyone else in their VAs can find it easily as well. That's why the prices crash. That's what you've got to do. Try and look maybe outside the big suppliers, do something a bit different. You've got to be different. I know you want me to tell you the answer. I know you do. I know you want, Tom, please, it's hard. I just want you to tell me. Like, if I told you exactly what we were doing, then everyone else would do it, and it wouldn't work for me, and also it wouldn't work for you. So I can't and what do I mean by that? I can't tell you go to this supplier and buy this product, because everyone will do it, and then it won't work for me and it won't work for you. So you've got to find your own kind of way. Please understand that. That's the important point. That's what's going to make you profit. Elliot said, thanks. No problem, Elliot. Hope you like that. Carlos, what repricer are you using? How long do you wait until you decide to liquidate a product at a loss? Okay, great question. So generally there's 3 repricers we kind of talk about, and I talk about it in the Seller Academy. fasttrackfba.com/tools, TOL. You can just go to the website and do services tools. You can see it. We recommend there. You get some discounts, you get some other bits and bobs with that, or free trials. So I'd recommend using my affiliate links. You do get extras with them. So fasttrackfba.com/tools. Now, the first one, which we always kind of recommend for beginners, just kind of starting out, would be try Be Cool. It's not the best in the world. We don't use it ourselves, but it's a good price point. It works, and they're very dedicated repricer with lots and lots of people who use them. So try that one out. I like it. Number 2, the second one we kind of talk about is we use the STK repricer. Now, the reason why we used STK repricer was for the fact that it had a good P&L software. In addition to that, I really like the reclaims. The reclaims just pays for the whole tool in itself. And then finally, the repricer part of it is quite useful in the fact that you can reprice straight away off the P&L and reprice by ROI, etc. And I quite like that. So that's good. It had automations to move. It's basically rules with automations to move between them. And I really like that one. Again, fasttrackfba.com/tools. You can see them all as well. Now, the one we actually use right now is a repricer called Seller Snap. Now, Seller Snap has a lot more kind of general AI, I say machine learning in it, should we say. We've seen it push the price up a lot higher. And when we're doing testing, I've just seen a lot better results from it. Now, the one thing I will say about Seller Snap is it's about $500 for a normal account. You can get it for $250 on a kind of they have an option, but $250 a month when Be Cool is about $25 a month. SDK is about $40 a month, I think it is, and then you go to 250, if not 500, starts adding up. And by the way, because we're still clearing down stock from our UK business, we pay for the premium model, which has 2 accounts you can link to it, which is $800 per month, which starts really adding up. So I think for you, the net result is wherever you're at. And by the way, I did a really good video on Seller Snap. So I think I calculated if you're doing about 10 to 15K per month, I would probably say you should try Seller Snap as a 30-day trial, and you can use my link for it because you get that free trial. And the idea is that if you see a 5% increase in your ROI, which I think you will get, because we saw 10 to 15, it was quite significant. It was whoa, it's changed overnight. We went from 25% in the US to 35, sometimes hitting 40, 42 sometimes. Same product, just kept pushing the price up. And the net result was that if you see that increase at that revenue, you'll generate the cost to cover the repricer. So that worked really well for us. So hope that makes sense, Carlos. fasttrackfba.com/tools. That's going to help you out. Let me know down below if it helped you. Facebook user, hello Facebook user. I can't see your name, but I can see the waving hand. Hi. Ravi, big smiley face. Hey Ravi, no problem. Right. Hash C, I would love it if you could make a wholesale FBA session. Hash C, tell me what you want to know, but I've actually just recorded a wholesale video so if you want to kind of know, I'll kind of let you in on a little secret. I literally recorded it yesterday. It's really in depth, and it's so basically when you think about wholesale, you have find new suppliers, analyze supplier price lists, buy products, negotiate order. Fine. Now, so it's really three stages, like reorder and buy. Fine. Now, for us within our US business, we have actually opened up a few wholesalers because we wanted some OA products in a bit more depth. That's fine. So, but while we were there, we also got the price lists. And what I did is I created a process for analyzing the price lists with my team, using Scan Unlimited and the team. And this video, which will hopefully go live next week, so not this week, next week, I fingers crossed, is in editing as we speak. It'll be later this week, it goes to editing, is the exact step-by-step process of the settings we use on Scan Unlimited and how we analyze that. Then, if it's not a barcode, what do we do? And if it is a barcode, what do we do? And then if we get these results, here's what we do next. And if we get these results, here's what we do next. And here are the measurables numbers that we do. And here's what we get my VAs to do. And here's how we set it up. And literally, it's like we're trying to funnel down to find the most efficient products. So I talk you through the metrics. It has a great download that you can kind of sheet that's going to help you out in understanding metrics. And if you've got a VA, that's going to help you as well. So if you are doing wholesale, like next week, hopefully, that will go live, and I think you'll love it. Like I'll blast it out. I'll share it as well. So I think that'd be really helpful as well. But yeah. So I think you'll love that. Hashi, just let me know if there's anything specific within wholesale you wanted to know, and if there is, I'll make a video about it. If it isn't something that I have in expertise, then maybe I can do some research and add it to my list. But good shout. Well done. Read my mind. Right. Let's go through. So Ravi, I'm gonna go. I'm doing my little selfie. Well, hey, look, anyone see? Tom's gone selfie. Right. Okay, Ravi. With regards to product authenticity, do I stick to the big stores only? I got nervous trying to source beauty products. Okay, let me answer this question. Stage one. You don't know what Amazon's thinking. Like, we don't have an approved list of suppliers for product authenticity for Amazon. What we can imply is we know that for a fact. So we're always working from murky waters. So everything that I say next isn't going to be like 100% correct. It's just my best guess. But what we do understand is that generally the bigger, more reputable the supplier, the more likelihood they are to do it. Now, in regards to product authenticity, you can still have like one or two, depending on how many sales you've got, whereby you can't prove it and they're like, okay, fine. So, and by the way, it doesn't mean like you should just submit the invoice once and then forget about it. No, you should keep submitting and try and get them to accept it. Like eventually it does go through. I've had Nike being gated, and then I've sent the invoices in 15 times. And they said, these are fake invoices. I was like, cool, shut my account down. They didn't do anything. I was like, if you think I'm sending in fake invoices, you please shut my account down. They didn't. 16th time we got it open. We got it ungated. And I had 60 grand's worth of Nike stock at the time. It's incredible. So coming back to your point is, I understand your reason for concern for nervousness. I think the answer is that until it's been tested, you don't know if it's a yes or no. I.e., like until you've had product authenticity complaints and you've submitted an invoice from Asda or Walmart, and then they remove them, then you won't know if they'll accept any more. So the answer might be don't go too deep on any one supplier. But the other one, which I might possibly say, is just be mindful. Like, make sure all the suppliers you're buying from are reputable. They're not like the worst kind of like websites in the world. They've got to be like, they're a proper company. They're located in the European Union or like the America, for example, if that's where you're buying from. They have all their contact details on the website. Like, again, like when Amazon do wholesale checks, they're probably going to be looking for these things. Like, if the website has no contact details, they're not going to accept it. If the website for the supplier has Asia or China, they're not going to think, they'll think it'll be fake. So that would be my advice. I hope that makes sense. But generally, you're okay. Like in 6 years of selling, probably like, don't quote me, $7 million pounds in sales. Like, we never had any real problems. Like, we bought from everyone and anything. Like, honestly, I think you'll be fine. Parb Singh, hey Tom, bit of a different question this one. At what point did business advise me getting an accountant? I'm trying to cut my costs by holding out this so far, 4 months selling so far. So if you've got an I need to know if you're UK or USA. If you're USA, I'd probably recommend getting an accountant just before Christmas because the financial year ends in Christmas, if you've got an LLC, for example. If you're a personal, I think it's April, don't quote me, but I'd ask other sellers in your niche or in your like kind of area, just ask that question. If you're in the UK, limited companies run from like calendar year that they start. Let's say the start date. So if you informated a company in like May, if you started on May the 26th, then your financial year would run from June the 1st to May the 30th, if that makes sense. So you'd have until May the 30th when the financial year finishes, and then you get 10 months from there before the accounts are going to be submitted. So you can kind of hold off. Long story short is generally you end up paying, like they'll do a backdating fee because they like to charge monthly. But when would I recommend getting an accountant? It's a hard one to say. I've done some videos on my channel. Generally, I think my advice would be as soon as reasonably possible. Like I wouldn't hold off because it's just time consuming. You could spend that time focusing on making more money. That's the important point. Business is inherently expensive if you're starting from very low things. So 4 months selling so far. If you're UK personal, it's not a big one. You could probably do your self-assessment tax return. Like it's not a big one. Maybe you do this. Go speak to 3 accountants right now, see what they say, come back. That would be my advice. Like, just go find out what they say, get a mixed opinion. That's at least the thing you can do. Hope that makes sense. Facebook user, hey Facebook user, going to be making the switch from UK market to USA market very soon. That was my final nail in the coffin. Any tips? I've followed your whole course already, by the way. Fantastic, cool. No, I think the course is good. Getting started in Amazon USA is the one course that I'd really recommend. We keep that updated. What else? The only other thing I would possibly say, like if you really want to, is just come join me in the Top Seller program. It costs $47 per month, and you're going to get a weekly call with me. You're going to have about 1,000 questions that you need answering. And if you can just jump on a live group call with me, not like this. This is where you're actually on a Google Meet. We record them, by the way. You could just ask me the questions. And I think for $47 a month, which is $12, it's like £10 a call, you're going to have all your questions answered. Like, that's amazing value for money. So come jump on that call. I literally do round robin. So I'm like, hey guys, you, how can I help you? You, how can I help you? One question each, and we'll go round and round and round and round. So you get your questions answered. Like for $47 a month, you can just cancel. I think that'd be the only thing I can say. Why? Because you have so many little questions which I can't answer. Like now, it might be like, how does a couple of things, your prep fee, we do $2.12 for prep fee, 60 cents. I think it's 60 cents for shipping. The accountants is fine. There's just so many little questions you probably want to get answered. And even things like, even when you're talking about getting credit cards, there might be little nuances that you're like, how do I do this? Someone talked to me today about, I'm trying to get an ITIN, and the person who's asked me to get the ITIN says, why do you need it? They don't give them out. And I was like, tell them you want to pay taxes. And they were like, oh, okay, that works. I was like, you won't give me a taxpayer ID number? I want to pay taxes. I don't. I want to use it to get credit. But it's just really interesting. So again, the only thing I can say is probably you can come to these calls, are okay, but it'd be much easier to have the call face-to-face conversation. And you can do it in the Top Seller, $47 per month. You can join, and obviously you can cancel it if you like. So yeah, happy. Hope that makes sense, Facebook user. Let's go and jump through. With regards to focusing on a few niches or one, would that be classed as focusing on one website category? It's done in the past. Up to you. So if I give you a metric, oh, someone's giving me a call. No idea. I've got to find out who that is on there. So if you want to know who is, or in regards to niche, so if I put it in my business, USA, we have people focusing on brands, so just one brand. We have people focusing on one supplier. All they do is they literally check this entire website non-stop because it's so profitable, but it's always out of stock. It works fine. We also have people and categories, generally not categories, but subcategories. So yeah, that's what will work for us. Focusing. That's what I'll say. Yeah, focus on that. That's the top thing. And there's lots of layers to it. So join the Top Seller program. Right, go through. How does the average OA deal in the USA market compare to one in the UK? Currently operating VAT figures 25%. Yeah, you can do okay, you've got to understand your thing. 30% ROI is fine after all fees, including a $2 prep fee, $2 prep fee, which goes to a tax-free sales tax center. So VAT doesn't really exist. Doesn't. The other one is, so we're making 30% ROI. The cash profits are a bit different. Like you kind of look at £2 profit in the UK. Like I can easily see 5, 10, $20 profits on products. We've had $100 profit products items before selling, 150% ROI product items. Like, I'm like, these are tasty. Like, I like that. That's good. But 30, 40% ROI, fine. And then on top of that, you get the cash back, and we don't cancel that in. Like, you get decent cash backs. Like, if you play it right, like 5% is kind of considered normal cashback. I think in the UK, 1 to 2% would be normal from the cashback providers, top cashback. Whereas if you get the right times of year, 10% are quite normal if you're hitting it well. So, like, I could just live off cashback. Yeah, let's put it that way. It's a big chunky bonus. So that's definitely something you can do. Yeah, and again, there are, but again, like everyone's looking like the US is really good. It just costs more. And accountants are more. You can't get access to debt. It's a lot harder. That's the stuff we go through in the what's it called? Not top Amazon seller program. The course Getting Started on Amazon USA is about incorporating in the US and $97. Ravi says thanks. Hey, I'm in the UK with limited company. Yeah. So if you're a limited company in the UK, you get basically whenever your year end finishes, which is 12 months after you incorporated plus a few days, you get 10 more months before you have to file your returns. My advice for you, just start using something like Zero Now, and if you use Zero Now to do your accounting, you might just be able to get an accountant to just do. If you're good at the bookkeeping, which you're going to have to learn anyway, I really recommend it. You might just be able to pay an accountant to check it through and submit it as a one-time fee. That can happen. So I hope that makes sense. But yeah, Ravi, do you provide fully trained VAs who can hit the ground running? Yes, we do, within a certain extent. So all the VAs, Fast Track FBA VA Academy, do provide fully trained virtual assistants. They're set up on your accounts, they're set up on your sourcing software, they've already found deals to your requirements within your marketplace. But what you really need to be able to do is to understand where you want to direct the energy of that VA. So if you just say, go find me deals, it's not going to be great. If you say, go find me deals in the toys and games category, and we're looking at these top 4 suppliers and these top 5 brands, you're probably going to have a lot more luck, and it's going to work. And hopefully you've already been able to find deals in those suppliers and brands. That's going to be the key thing. But your VA will do a good job. And like we've had lots, I think we've done 750 virtual assistants now. And by the way, the one thing I will add, all our VAs, so virtual assistants from Fast Track FBA VA Academy, come with a 12-week unlimited replacement policy. So if this is at any point in the 12 weeks you are not happy, you can drop us a message and we'll get you a new VA replacement with that, and we'll reset the timer for another 12 weeks with your new VA. So completely game changing, like it just de-risks it all for you. You're going to get someone you're happy with, and if you're not happy, you can keep replacing them. It's absolutely fine. So it just means you don't have to worry about hiring, learning how to hire, getting a bad VA, they quit, for example, but you can do that. fasttrackfba.com/VA, you can book a free call with my team on that page, and they're going to do a consultation call with you. They're not going to hard sell you. If you're not ready for it, they will tell you, and they'll make sure that you're in a good place. But we're here, we support you. We also do extra training. We have weekly support calls and everything else. And we provide training for you as a client, along with all of the metrics and tracking sheets that you need to help support you, that VA. So Ravi, I hope that makes sense. fasttrackfba.com/VA. Okay, unwind travels. What's the lowest ROI you set as your minimum revisor? Minus 100. That's called clearing it down. But outside of that, I think right now we'll go down to like standard repricing, 25%. We order at 20, we'll rebuy at 25%, and we'll reprice down to 25%. So that's the way it works. So that's our kind of like thing, and then that's it really. But we will go to minus 100 when we're liquidating stock. We're not going to sit there and pay for it. The thing. Hope that makes sense. Unwind travels. Facebook user will do. Thanks. Cool. No problem. Facebook user. Glad I could help you. Give me a big thumbs up. Hope it likes. Carlos, how long do you wait to liquidate a product? Sorry, I think you asked this earlier when I was asking about the thing. So generally speaking, we don't want anything over 180 days. I won't lie, I found the odd product like 365. I'm like, what the hell? How did this get here? Most of the time we start getting quite aggressive after 90. That's the thing. So yeah, after 90 we get quite aggressive. Over 180 days we don't. And generally, it's like the metric is, how much cash do you have? If you think the market's going to recover and you've got lots of cash in the bank, then hold. But if you don't have much cash in the bank and you don't think the market's going to recover, then we'll liquidate. So again, that does kind of flex, but it's very much based upon the market, our cash in the bank, and that's the way we work. So I hope that helps out. Facebook user. With the US market, us market, and taxes are a different state, do we have to look at the USA bank? Do we have to have a USA bank account? So yeah, we talk about it in, okay, so look, in the USA market, you should have a USA bank account. I don't think you necessarily need to, but I think you need one. Otherwise, Amazon will pay you out in the currency of the bank account that you're dispersing into. So even if you have a bank account located in the UK, which can accept dollars and hold dollars, because it's a GB bank account, Amazon will pay you in Great British pounds, and they'll convert the US dollars to Great British pounds. And as a result, they will convert the currency at their favorable rates, which you don't want to do. Long story short, you can create a Wise account, and that's fine. In the Fast Track FBA courses, resources courses, Getting Started Amazon USA, we literally show you the bank accounts that we recommend using, what you should use, and the whole process we go through, and how to set them up remotely so you don't even have to go in country. If you want to know, I do have Fast Track FBA USA company now. We have a Chase bank account. It's always worth creating US-based main business bank accounts. There's quite a few kind of like online-only digital ones which you can use, and we share that within the course. So I hope that makes sense. Guys, I've got about 10 minutes. If you've got any questions, then please let me know. But in regards to, also, so I'll come back to this question. So in the US market, taxes are dealt with by your accountant. That's federal level, and they'll just pay them. Sales tax in each state, we talk about in the sales tax. We talk about the way that works with economic nexuses, but long story short, Amazon deal with it all for you. It's really good. They deal with it all for you. But I do talk about it in the Getting Started USA course. And then also I show you the bank accounts, the accountants, the prep centers, everything you want to know in that course. $97. Do check it out. fasttrackfba.com courses, and then Getting Started in the USA. It could just be resources courses. So that's a bigger question. I need to do a lot more. I need to do, I'm not really sure what that means. I need to do a lot more. Okay, cool, not a problem. Hope that makes sense. Facebook user, let me know if that helps you out, and that one's helped you out there. Who have we got now? Ravi, Amazon IP complaints. Do they accept retail invoices? Yes and no. Okay, so let me put it this way. The long story short is the fact that we have seen evidence where they have, and we've seen evidence where they haven't. And there is no clearly defined answer. So it's about chance and likelihood of it happening. If they are going to accept it, the retail receipt you're talking about, so this is like the paper one that you get from the till, should have the company name, full name and address on there. It should have the exact product, ideally the barcode and the price paid and the VAT and all the information, like lots and lots of information on. If it's literally just a little bit of paper which says Tom's Toys, Lego, £6 or $6, total price paid $6, like it's probably never going to happen, like ever. Like it's got to be reputable brand, lots and lots of information, and they may accept it. That's all I'm going to say. There is no right or wrong answer, but they may accept it. And again, I'm not Amazon, I can't tell you, but it depends on the receipt itself and does it contain enough information. So I helped that out. Thanks. Helped out loads. Bigger question. I'll chat later. Cool. Give me a thumbs up. Glad it helped out. Honestly, I'm going to take a seeing that one. Like, glad I could help you out. Look at this. Love that. Thank you so much. I will put that on my stories later on. Do say, hope you like that. Pabaz, I'm not saying it right. Any good tips to avoid products that tank and to find more products that are stable buy box? Yeah, I'll tell you a good couple of tips. Okay, number one, really what you're trying to do is to say the more of these things that hold true, the more likely they're going to tank. So I'll give you a list. And the more of, like, if you found a deal right now, you go, cool, I found a deal. If you can say that deal meets a lot of these lists, like ticks a lot of these things, the likelihood of it tanking is going to increase. So just keep this in mind. Number one, is it from a well-known supplier that everyone knows about? Number two, is it in a sale that everyone knows about? Like it could be if it's in Walmart or Asda and it's a big sale, everyone knows about it. You know, that's another one. Number three is the fact that can you find, is it a brand that everyone buys, for example? That's going to be a really big one. Like everyone just knows about this, it always works. Number 4 is going to be, can you look at the keeper chart and see the prices crashed massively, massive new seller count increase, massive new price in the past? Has that happened? Number 6, when you look at the new seller count on Keeper, are you seeing that the new seller count is going to the moon? I.e., it's the highest number of new sellers you've ever seen in your life. Even if it's profitable right now, the answer, it's probably going to crash. Number 7, did it come from a leads list or sourcing software? If it did, it's probably it could crash. Number 8. What's the other one? The other one is, can you right mouse click? Can you type in the name of the product into Google and immediately see the product on the shopping section with the right price to buy it at, i.e. you don't need to apply any discount codes. So that's number 8. And there's like 2 more that I can kind of remember. It's kind of like is it on a discount code that everyone, like when you go to the website right now, does it say £10 but get 20% off with the 20% off coupon code? And it's like, that's it. Like it's so easy to kind of get the discount that everyone else would do it. Like generally speaking, like that's 9, and there is a 10th one that I've forgotten about. But generally speaking, what you are looking for is the easier it is to reduce the price down, the easier it is to get a discount, the more likelihood it is to crash. That's it. And if it's from a well-known supplier, it's going to crash. If it's from someone that no one knows about, fantastic. That's going to be a good point. So the more of those you can tick, the more you're like, should be a bit careful here. Hope that makes sense. So yeah. Ravi says perfect. Hey, Ravi. Guys, if you've got any questions, you've got 3 minutes left. Drop them down in the comments and I'm going to be dropping off. Tom needs to actually go and eat something. I'm getting hungry. But I will say, if you guys are interested and you enjoy these live calls and you enjoy like having the conversations and you want like the top tips, but you want them on group sessions, come join me in the Fast Track FBA Top Seller Program. Like, yes, it's more for like beginners, but my God, you get a weekly call with me. You get an hour a week. We'll go around in the group and I'll answer your questions. It's just $47. That's about like £39 for a month. You get 4 calls a month and you can cancel at any time. So you can literally jump in, ask a call, jump off. And I think, by the way, if you want a one-to-one call with me, it's $600, £500. I'm not saying like you want to be paying that much, but like I think for like £10 or $10 per call, it's a really good value deal. So obviously you're here, you're asking questions, and hopefully you like it. And obviously I can share some stuff with you in my program as well. Brandon, if a product sells or BSR doesn't come up once you've scanned or searched it, is there a way of telling what the stats are? Great question. So BSR rank, does disappear. Amazon sometimes hides them and obviously you don't see it on Keeper. So when that happens, I'm going to start looking at some other metrics. So if I define what the other metrics are, number 1, I'd be looking at the review count and I'd be looking at the review for the variation, and I'm going to be seeing how, like, when was the last review. If it hasn't happened for a year, I'm probably going to stay well away. If we've had quite a few, I will basically estimate that one review could be between 50 sales and 200 sales. So I'd be like, it could be, if there's like 2 reviews per month, it could be 50 sales, it'd be like 100 sales a month, or it could be up to like 400 sales a month. So it gives me a range. Number 2, I'm going to go into the Keeper chart. I'm going to look at the data tab. I'm going to go to the offers tab. I'm going to click on the turn on historical listings or historical sales. I'm going to generally, most of the time, always select Prime. And then I'm probably going to click on like the at least 365 button. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to watch the stock count drops. I'm not going to look at the numbers. It says numbers. I don't do that. I look at the actual graph and I count the drops. And I'm literally watching the stock count drops for each supplier. And I'm trying to get a good feel for like how many they're selling and like in a period of time. It might be 1 day, 1 week, 1 month. But if I can start to see stock is disappearing from other sellers, that's going to give you a really good indication about how many is selling. Now, finally, if I don't have any of that information, I'm still like, I think this could be selling. What I'm going to do is I'm going to come back over to the, we do it in my business, it's quite cool actually. We come back over to the like SaaS, we look at the current sellers right now. I'm going to get my Loom video out and I'm going to just record a quick video of every single person's stock. So I'm going to go, who are you, who are you, who are you? I'm going to hover over their name, look at their stock. And I'm going to save that video, and 1 week later I'm going to come back and I'm going to look at exactly the same stock, offer the exactly same listing, and I'm going to see how many people have sold their stock within that 1 week. That's going to give me 7 days worth of sales, because I can see the stock and the drops, how many people have come on and dropped off, should we say, and that's going to let me know know. So they're the kind of like the things that I'm going to look at when I have new sales rank data. I'm going to look through. So I hope that makes sense. So I hope that makes sense, Brandon. How do you compensate referrals? I don't really understand what that means, but I do need to jump off in a minute. Tom needs food. Best BSR to get some sales, avoid product tanking so easy. My God, like there is no answer to the tanking question. Like you can get tanking at sales rank 20,000. You can get stable products at 100,000. Generally UK under 100,000. USA maybe sub 250,000. Not perfect, but it kind of gives you a rough guide. Prabhas, majority of leads I find have between 20 and 30% on hours. It is normal. Yeah, it's fine. The UK generally, if I was buying between 20 and 30%, I'd generally be happy. And again, you can layer on coupon codes, cashback credit cards. That helps out. Like we talk about the US is better. It is. It just takes longer as well. There's more opportunity. So I hope that makes sense. People you introduce your programs. Yeah, we do. We have an affiliate program. Drop me a DM if you're interested in joining the affiliate program afterwards, Fast Track FBA or anything. I will honestly contact you. I will do that. You can look at my Instagram. Instagram is probably the main one, or Twitter. You can just drop me a DM, and obviously I'll talk to you about that. But we do 10% referral for everyone, and we have like layers on top of that as well. So hope that makes sense. Right, ladies and gentlemen, that's it. I'm done. Sorry for running 10 minutes late. I will be in Germany next week, but I will be going live. So I hope that makes sense. Everyone, stay safe. Have a great day. Bye.